Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, but I'm back. For how long, I have no idea. So let's just get this started.
Mahalia, in this world, you must know who you are.
So everyone's talking about this, and it's the O.W.L's, which I participated last year, and it helped me get through most of the books I had on my TBR shelves. So I'm hoping that this year we'll do the same thing. Thanks to Princess from Castle Library. I will have her channel linked down below with her O.W.L TBR. Like, she has this little notebook and it's all organized and cute, and I was like, damn, I kind of want to like challenge myself but not be crazy about it. I don't know why I let that like motivate me. But the 3 careers that I am going to hopefully get through and pass are Herbologist, Magizoologist, and the Trader of Magical Tomes. And I will have G from Bookrose's channel with her announcement and her TBR down below as well, so you can check her out because she's amazing. She put all this together with all her pamphlets, and like you can just tell the love and dedication she has for this. So let's get started with the prompts. So for the Magical Trader of Tomes, I guess I'm going to have my TBR books right here, and all the ebooks I will have a picture right here, or it might be over my face, I don't know, right here, of what I will be reading. And I am hopefully going to have backup books in case I have to DNF something, so I can continue to get through the O.W.L's. So for Herbology, Care of Magical Creatures, I'll have like the prompt, the class, the course, the exam up top, and this is Hippogriffs, creature with a beak on the cover. That was so hard at first until like I like scrounged around. My husband James helped me pick out some of these books, which some of them are really long. But for Care of Magical Creatures, I chose books that have been on my TBR for a really long time. So I will be reading book 1 of the School for Good and Evil, and there are swans on the cover. So that is for my first Herbology exam. The second exam is Charm. Yes. So next is Charms and Luminous Maxima, white cover. So a book with a white cover. And this, I chose Candace Haven's. Oh, I didn't even say what this book was about. Let me just rewind that, go back. So this is about a pair of best friends who discover the School for Good and Evil, but they are switched. So the girl who's supposed to go to the School of Evil instead goes to the School for the Good, and vice versa. So I'm pretty excited to see, like, the stereotypical villainess become actual hero. So that's what that book is about. The next book for Charms is with a white cover, and Candace Haven's Charmed and Dangerous. I picked this book up a long time ago from Secondhand Charles because it was $1, and I don't know, it kind of had like a funky flair to it from the cover. But so our main character is I don't really Okay, so it talks about getting rid of the world of evil, one bad guy at a time. So this is like the secret service for witches. They help political people. I don't know. I don't know about that. Okay. Schmur. Next would be herbology. So this Mimbolus Mimboltana. Mimbolus Mimboltonia. Title starts with M. So when I first saw this, I thought it was an I, and I was like looking, and I was like, oh, that's an M, okay, which is really, really, really hard. Exceedingly hard for me to figure out. So I have book 2 of Casey Alexander's series called Eddie Spence. Wow. Moonshifted. This is about a nurse in a supernatural hospital and all of her shenanigans with her patients. So this is book 2. Book 1 was pretty good. This is pretty fast paced and, adult fantasy. Next exam. Okay, so that's all of the Herbology O.W.L. So I said in the beginning that it was a tomes trader, but that was for the Herbology career choice. For the trader of tomes, of magical tomes, Transfiguration, History of Magic, Charms, and Ancient Runes. So for Transfiguration, book/series that includes shapeshifting. So for this, I am going to go with K.V. Johannesson's Black Dog. It is about a man who saves a young girl and a dying dog. And the dog is actually her guardian spirit. That's a shape-shifting spirit thing. Yeah, and also it has a bird on there. Okay, well you can't double tap books, so yeah. So Transfiguration reminds me of the frog, the Princess and the Frog, I think, the bad guy song. I don't know, just made me think of that. Next, the History of Magic, which involves witches or wizards, and for that, so this is going to be an arc. So I'll have the picture up here, and it is Never Tell. Hold on, Catherine Orton, and I really liked the cover, and so I requested it on NetGalley. But this is about a young girl, 12 years old, Lena, who is escaping the Soviet prison camps. And Lena is pursued by a powerful witch and her shadow wolves in a riveting debut that imbues frozen wilderness with fairy tale magic. And so I was like, oh, yes. Okay, let's do this. Let's knock out some of these arcs I have too. So that is History of Magic. If you hear clicking, that's my dog's nails. Charms. Again. So Charms, as we know, is a book with a white cover. So my husband, his sweet self, picked up Sam Hawke's Poison War novel, City of Lies. And okay, what got me, I have no idea what the bottom is about, except like the big letters. But Robin Ha blurred this, and she says, if the first line doesn't make you buy this book, you should turn in your fantasy lover's badge. Who does that? Like, who's like, this is so good that if you don't like it, you're not a real fan of fantasy. And I recall Sam from Thoughts of Tomes, Tomes of Thoughts. I'll have her channel linked down below, but she talked about this book a little bit with the whole political intrigue and it kind of being a slow start, which I'm totally for. Like, I need some slow pace in my life. So that is Charmed. These books they vary in size, but most of them are pretty heavy books, pretty big girls. Next is Ancient Runes. Okay, so Ancient Runes is the heart rune. Heart on the cover or in the title. Okay, so mind you, I have backup books. So if the book isn't like that awesome, then I'm just gonna have a backup book. So for this book, I will be reading Canto Granbury and A.M. Wright's The Strike and the Shadows, The Witch of Croom. So that is for my Ancient Runes. Okay, so the last exam for the Trader of Magical Tomes is Arithmancy. And Arithmancy is read a book outside your comfort zone. So for this book, I will be reading the April release, and it is called If I Had Your Face by Francis Cha. And I don't know what this book is about. I know that it's not something I normally would pick up, but the cover was really nice. It's really pretty. So I was like, I'm gonna read that. That's gonna be for me. So my last career is Magical Zoologist, and I am also going to be doing the certificate for magical shop management, as well as the legal defense of Fantastic Beasts seminars, and the last one is Dragon Tamer, which I have to read one book that involves a dragon or has a dragon on the cover, and the magical shop management add a book to Arithmancy, and for the legal Fantastic Beasts seminars, one Magical Creatures, another book, and another book of History of Magic. Mer People Linguistics, there's just a lot. There's a lot that I'm doing, and I am trying not to psych myself out. So if you see me stammering, it's because I can't believe I'm really doing this. Is an extra Herbology exam, an extra History of Magic, Magical Creatures exam, so that's 3, and then the Dragon Tamer book for Magical Zoology, as well as managing my own shop and being legally able to help dragons, because that would be awesome. Monsterland by James Cromley. I don't know nothing about this book. This cover's nice too. Oh no, we didn't. Okay, so for Care of Magical Creatures, I will be reading Master of Sorrow. Well, I'll be listening to that because I have the Audible as well as the ARC. And I felt like I needed to get the Audible because this book is kind of big, and I started it and it's really good. So I was like, oh, let me read this during the Magical Readathon. So I will have the picture up, and pretty much the book is about the Chosen One, right? The Chosen One trope. Gotta love that. Except the Chosen One was meant to be the Demon King, bad guy, super protagonist. So he's chosen, but not in the sense that we think. So what if the Demon King was trained to be a hero? Is he still the chosen one? I don't know. We're going to find out, and I'm going to let you know, because that was interesting to me. And then Arithmancy, which was another book outside my comfort zone, contemporary kind of memoir kind of thing. but it's called The Last Negros at Harvard, and this is by Garnett. Kent Garnett. Last certificate is for zoology, and that is to become a dragon tamer. And so that is a book with a dragon, and for that I will be reading. I will be reading N.D. Wilson's The Dragon's Tooth, Ashtown Burials Book 1. And for that book, I will be reading the Hollow Gods. And that book is by A.J. Rana. There's no E. Rana? Is the B silent? I don't know. And it is about Black Hollow is a town with a dark secret. For centuries, the residents have foretold the return of the Dreamwalker, an ominous figure from local folklore said to lure young women into the woods. Now, I'm pretty sure that's right. If not, then we'll figure it out later. But that concludes this really long TBR. It was not supposed to be this long. There's going to be a lot of cut pieces. And yeah, I will have a catch up with me video later because I am participating in the whole face mask thing that is happening.